Okay, I am back. I am now live. So if you are able to hear me, go ahead and say yes in the comments. So again, when you have technical difficulties, all you do is you wait and you figure it out. That's all you can do. And that is just, also kind of like how I, definitely live my life. So one of the things that's always, interesting is, when things go wrong, sometimes, people get, super grumpy and all this other stuff. There is no reason to even have that happen. So go ahead and click that you can hear me in the chat. And I think that sometimes it is a little bit delayed, but we're going to basically go through this. So if you can hear me, say yes in the comments, and then I will get started. So, again, we're going to talk about how to grow your personal brand as a healthcare professional on LinkedIn. And a lot of times people do not believe, especially, thank you, Ashley, that LinkedIn is so, so, so important. LinkedIn is one of the it is the number one professional websites, okay, and social media platforms. So it's super, super important. So I see you said it's frozen, Naomi. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click on this and see what's going on. Hold on. You said it's frozen. Stop. Let me see. Can you guys see? All right. So can you see? Can you see? I'm asking. Shanae, can you guys see it? Okay, perfect. All right. So, how to grow your personal brand as a healthcare professional on LinkedIn. Again, I'm Courtney Herring. I am the managing director of Growth Academy. And of course, my wonderful dog is now barking because he just woke up. So we will let him out and we will begin. But this is, again, everything that could go wrong at this point has gone wrong, but this is just how it is. So let's get going. So, again, as I stated before, Growth Academy has just been absolutely amazing. One of the things that, obviously we do is we make sure that you are building a great personal brand on LinkedIn. And as you all know, I am Courtney Herring and I have worked in healthcare for over 20 years. And here is not only my story, but also what I'm going to go ahead and offer you all. So, again, let's get started. And this is how to grow your personal brand as a healthcare professional on LinkedIn. So my promise to you is we're going to have a live Q&A after this, and I will go into the chat and look, because obviously I was going to do this on Zoom, but we have improvised. So now I'm going to actually do this on Restream. Since I'm doing that, you're going to have to put your questions, in the chat, but I'm going to ask you if you can kind of do that a little bit later, so that I'll be able to kind of scroll through and really look at it. So if you could do that. I'll also answer all of your questions as much as I can, after this masterclass. So here we go. So, if you failed to grow your personal brand as fast as you want to in the past, I want you to go ahead and put yes in the comments. The reason why I say that is because so many of us want to grow at a fast rate, but obviously we also think about quality and quantity. But the more followers you have, the more likely people are going to be able to see your personal brand. And with that personal brand, and especially being a healthcare provider, it is so important. And we're going to just keep moving forward. So there's one thing that I can promise you. I can totally promise you this one thing, and it's not your fault. Not being seen all the time is not your fault. This is something that you do not know how to do. A lot of healthcare providers, you guys know how to be a doctor, you know how to be a nurse, you know how to be a nurse practitioner, a social worker, or any other type of healthcare provider. You do not possibly know this. So there's a lot of conflicting information, in the healthcare world about social media, and it's very confusing. And I am from some of that, I would say, like old school mentality. And the reason why I say that is because I never even thought about actually having anything, on social media. We go ahead, we put our shingle up, we say, hey, I am doing this, that, and the third. And, it's just very important. Hold on. Hello? You can't see it? Okay, hold on. Hold on, everybody. I gotta click it again, she told me. Thanks. You can't see the slides? I'm glad that somebody is calling. Hold on. All right. Hold on. I'm looking for it. Where'd it go? Of course, that's what happened to me. Shanae thinks this is hilarious. I have a puppy that's running around, so we don't know what he's doing. And this is going to be so much fun.
I think that maybe just don't press play. Maybe that's what.
Yeah. I'm just going to do that. All right, guys. We're just going to figure this out. All right.
All right.
All right, so we're just going to figure this out. And one of the things, I don't know, I think there's something going on, honestly, with my computer as well. So if I press play, what was happening was this was like disappearing. So we don't want that to happen. So hopefully you guys can still see this, and I'll kind of move this as well just to make sure. So go ahead and text me if you can see it. All right. So again, we're talking about, healthcare providers, and yes, of course, there's technical issues, but we'll go ahead and keep going. So if you failed to grow your personal brand as fast as you want to in the past, don't ever, feel as though that is absolutely horrible, right? That's something that we're going to help you with. So as I said, I'm going to promise you one thing. And that is definitely not your fault. As healthcare providers, I was never taught that social media was important. And even though I know now that social media is important, that doesn't mean that we actually learned how, to actually implement social media. So let's continue to go forward. So there's a lot of conflicting information in the healthcare world about social media, and it's extremely confusing. It's extremely confusing because we have two different worlds. In one world, it's healthcare, and the other world is, how do we show up when we are all about, patient connection and all of that great stuff. But what's important is all of the healthcare providers out there need to understand that it's so important that people see you. The know, like, and trust factor is so, so important. So I want to put your LinkedIn personal brand fears to rest, and once and for all. So a lot of people think and ask, what if people judge, their content? Well, your content is always going to be judged. I'm going to be judged because I don't know how to work Restream. But guess what? Do I care? No, because I still went forward and I tried, right? A lot of people will just quit and do nothing, and that's just not how I am. So what if I never create content that people engage with? Well, I will tell you this. If you show up for your community, it's definitely going to be something that people are going to engage with. So never feel that way. What if you don't get the number of followers that you want? Again, that's something that's definitely going to happen if you actually continue to show up and make sure that you're putting out content that matters. We're going to get this dog, and he's going to be in this with me. All right. So what if you don't get enough new clients on LinkedIn, right? I guarantee you that you will. And this is only if you continue to be lost and you don't actually have a blueprint. So what if it doesn't work and I don't position myself as a leader and I have to keep chasing down clients for all eternity? That is definitely, again, not going to happen. The only reason why a lot of these things happen to people, not only on LinkedIn, but on social media, is because they don't know what they're posting. They don't know what they are doing. And again, this is one of the things that we're going to work through. So you just need a simple LinkedIn healthcare growth process. And that's something that we have developed to unlock the growth that's been in front of you the whole time. Now, as a healthcare provider, it is super, super important to understand that you are somebody that helps the community, right? The sick, the dying, or, just even healthcare maintenance. You know how to do that. But you can also definitely learn how to use our LinkedIn health growth process, right, to also grow at the same time. So I have been able to grow on LinkedIn, definitely because of this process. It is very, very important. And we're going to go through that. So I'll show you step by step my process for LinkedIn growth. And because without reaching your who, your business, it's going to be really, really hard. Very, very important. to know who you're reaching. It's not how, it's not what, it's your who. And we're going to kind of go through that. So my goal is to help you. If you want to start and build a personal brand strategically and attract high quality business opportunities instead of spending hours prospecting, cold calling, or chasing people in the DMs, if you want to share your story on top healthcare podcasts like I have, or want to grow your own healthcare podcast, definitely continue with this webinar. If you want to get paid speaking engagements and get invited to speak at big healthcare conferences, definitely continue to walk with me so I can help you. If you want to collaborate with top healthcare business leaders in and out of your industry, continue to watch this webinar. And if you want to monetize 10 times more with less effort, continue. So why is this different? You're going to learn directly from someone who has actually learned how to use LinkedIn. And one thing is that I was a single mom who could not even afford her car payment. And now I have built a multi-million-dollar online business. And I have actually built several of them. So you're also going to learn directly from somebody who went from 0 followers to building a professional network of 39,000 plus on LinkedIn. And, if you have, that type of following, you still can do very, very well. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm at 39,000 and I have built over several multi-million-dollar online businesses. It's very, very possible. So I'm not going to teach you any fluff, and I'm going to teach you the exact steps that you need to take. So I'm going to keep things very, very simple. Why? Why do I want to teach this to you? More than 40% of people are right now working from home, 100% of the time. They are not returning to the office. 32% are considered unemployed. 26% are essential workers who are in the office. This means that if you want to reach your prospects, you will have to depend less on in-person networking. Your future success also depends 100% on your ability to build rapport, earn trust, and sell virtually. You need to reach your dream clients online, and there's no better place to do that than the most trustworthy social media platform on earth, which is LinkedIn. All right, so let's begin. So I'm going to get into my story, and I know that not everyone knows who I am, so let me reintroduce yourself. So my name is Courtney Herring, and I'm going to be your LinkedIn coach. So for the past 3 years, I've created over 46 healthcare practices and facilities, and I actually love doing that. I've built several multi-million-dollar online businesses from scratch. I'm the owner of a medical practice, Atlanta Telehealth, that serves our nation's veterans. I have a healthcare consulting agency that also builds practices, and I'm the co-founder of Growth Academy with Shanae Murray. I've also been featured in countless podcasts, and also I've had the opportunity to meet and create relationships with people on LinkedIn. So as you guys can see, there's some really great people in these pictures. So in 2018, I met my co-founder, Shanae Murray. She is in black in both of the pictures, one on the left and also on the bottom. I've also met Lee Cockrell, who is the ex-VP of Disney. He is one of my mentors. In the bottom right-hand corner, like if you're looking at it from my screen, Tallis Harbor, that is a hospital that I actually was able to fully build from the ground up all the way up to certificate of occupancy to open. And then you can see Shara Ruffin, who is there in the top right corner, with also Nasir, who are some of the most amazing people that I have met, on LinkedIn. So what happened? So it was not always, this way. So as you can see, yes, I've met some really great people. I have made some, great money, and I've had fun. But it was not always this way. So this is actually my son. I have one son, and in 2016, I was working at a job when I had my first child, and he was health compromised. Basically, they said that he had an issue, liver issue. In July of 2017, I was fired from my employment. And yes, I was fired because my son was had some health issues, and it was devastating. It was devastating to me because I had given my all to this job, and I was pregnant during the time, and it was very heartfelt, right? So in 2018, I found LinkedIn after turning a devastating experience into a positive one. So one of the things that I always want people to understand is you might be low now, but that doesn't mean that you're always going to be there. And if you continue to fight for what you believe in and continue to strive for different things and new outcomes in your life, things will always, always be better. So one of the things that I did do in 2018, which was very interesting, was I did do a lot of cold outreach. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was exhausting. I was literally messaging people on the back end, not only on LinkedIn, asking them if they needed any help in their private practices, if they wanted, more patients or whatever, what have you. And what was unfortunate was, sometimes a lot of people just wouldn't, say anything. And that's not really, how you want to feel, right? So I wanted to connect, I would connect and pitch with a lot of people, and it wasn't fun. It didn't make me feel good. And the reason is that they just didn't know me, right? So when people don't know you, kind of the pitching and all of that stuff, it's not going to work. So a lot of them didn't show up for my consultation calls. They were difficult. They didn't, trust me for the price that I was putting out. And that's because, cold calling, honestly, to me, it doesn't work. For some people it might, but for me, it didn't. And especially in the healthcare world, it is very difficult to do that, right? Healthcare is all about, the know, like, and trust factor. And if you don't have that, then it's going to be very, very hard for you in business. And I tell people all the time, healthcare is not just something that's going to help you, right? It is actually a business. So if you're a healthcare provider and you don't know anything about business, guess what? Like I said, this is going to be a great program for you. So during 2018, all I could think about was how will I provide for my son? And that was him. These were pictures from actually me being at my parents' house, just kind of figuring out exactly what I was going to do. And that's when I knew that I had to become somebody that I had never became before. That's when I knew that I had to dig down deep and just get it together. So to get better results in our business, and I wasn't, something that didn't make me feel exhausted, I had to do something, and I had to do completely something new, right? Something different, and then also something better, right? So I asked myself, how could I get my dream clients to come to me, already wanting to work with me? So I'm going to show you a couple people like on this screen. And I definitely want you all to, see this. It's very, very important. So obviously you see Tony Robbins, you see Oprah, and then you also you also see Grant Cardone. And what's important is you all already know them. They're all people that are extremely famous. So if they were to put something out for even $100, $1,000, $5,000, right? What would happen? You would probably buy it, right? Because they have the know, like, and trust factor. You know them. They know millions of people. They have millions of followers. But if you're just a drop in the bucket, right? How are you going to be that person? So number one, like I said, people knew who they were, right? Because they were visible, and they were visible on video, right? People liked and respected them, right? Because they were also authentic. And we all know definitely Oprah is super, super authentic, right? And then people happily did business with them because they trusted them. Again, that know, like, and trust factor. I always try to go through that with people so they totally understand. So, but I had 3 big problems, right? So no one knew me, no one trusted me, and no one was really buying from me. I was not getting that many people from cold calls and also just reaching out. So what did I need? I needed visibility. I needed to create trust, and then I would be able to convert that into sales, right? And yes, again, I'm a healthcare provider, everyone. I build healthcare, different practices, and I also know what does it take, right? I've been in healthcare for over 20 years. But as I said, the first problem I had to solve was that I was invisible. You cannot be invisible. So, because if you want to impact more people and grow your healthcare business, you need to get seen. So, super important. So, when I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to show you guys my first video, which is kind of hilarious. So, this is my $2.5 million decision, literally. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it.
Hey, LinkedIn fam. I just wanted to say I am with Shanae in South Florida, and I'm having a great time. We are working, but we are also recharging this morning. So I hope everyone has a great Sunday. Bye.
So as you can see, it wasn't perfect, it's kind of grainy. It is by the water, though. I do miss the beach. And this was actually the first time that I had ever, one of the first times I'd ever met Shanae. And I tell people this all the time. It's important. It's not always, who you know, right? But it's also what are the actions that you're going to take, with the who's that you know. What are you going to do with people that you meet, kind of along the way? So let's keep moving. So you can't plant a seed today and expect to harvest tomorrow, right? We all know that. Things take time. You cannot expect that you're going to do one thing or one video and then everything's going to poof and you're going to be perfect. That is definitely not going to happen, okay? So, but you can start to see results faster than you think, right? You got to do something. So I'm going to show a couple things. So as I stated before, if you can see these, and the date is in 2019, you're going to see some of the people that I have actually worked with, and they are in healthcare. So within a couple months after I started doing video in 2018, I started to get inbound leads. And this was definitely the norm, okay? And it's still the norm to this day. I do not do any prospecting. Every single piece of business that I get is inbound. I will not even lie about that. So when you get inbound clients, it's better clients and better business, right? So if they're inbound, right, first of all, they're going to show up for consultations. They're not going to ghost you. My consultations were a lot shorter, right? Because they trusted me. I was able to charge more for what I was doing because, again, of the trust factor. And also, I was able to show what I could do. They became, better clients, right? And then more profits. And I was able to definitely have more fulfillment. So I love this slide because it's important. There's a lot of people on any social media platform that are going to say, followers don't matter. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, for me, they did. Okay. And they still do. As my followers have gone up, my revenue has gone up. And yes, as I said, I have 39,000. I'm almost hitting 40,000. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have made multi-million-dollar businesses. And it's not a game and it's not a joke. And it's true. So followers do matter. And I'm going to tell you a little story. Shanae and I talk about this all the time. If you want a book deal and I don't know, you want to get with a large publisher, some of the issues with that is, publishing and you want a book. If you don't already have a following, what do you think is going to happen, right? They're going to spend more, things on, actual advertisement, cold calling, all of that good stuff. I can tell you right now that there are, we've heard a story, before, where a person did not get a book deal, right? Because they did not have a following. Not everybody is writing Harry Potter, right? But if you do have a following before you're writing it, it looks very enticing. If you also want to speak on bigger stages and virtual events, right? And you want to do things that are, more valuable as a speaker, you also, again, need to have some type of followers. If you don't have followers, then nobody's paying attention, right? So as you grow your network, right, you become more valuable to others, and you can leverage it to gain access to high-level connections and also opportunities. So I'm going to show you some things. So large deals were signed in less than a year. So this is a picture of friends that we met in the heart of New York City. And this is Shanae and I and some of our friends, Toby and Penny and other people there. And we actually signed a very large hospital contract in Brooklyn. The next is I was able to speak at some speaking events, right? So one was Own Your Fire, and then also another one was hosted by Suzanne Spanner. It was phenomenal. The next is I was able to position myself to attract leaders. So if you guys don't know who these people are, one is Lee Cockrell. He is retired CEO of Disney, and then also the chief innovative person, his name is Duncan Wardle. So again, if you guys are not positioning yourself, you're not going to attract leaders to you. So before we really begin, I need you to accept at least one thing with me, right? Well, first of all, accept one thing, that even if I have, a technical issue, I'm still going to go on. So hopefully you guys are still with me. So one connection, one opportunity, one deal could change your life. So if you believe that, go ahead and put yes in the comments. I say all of this because it is totally true. If I did not continue to gain momentum in 2018, I would not be where I am today. All right. So this is 3 steps to grow 40K, okay, 40K followers and get real business on LinkedIn as a healthcare provider. So first of all, you want to grow your mindset. You want to know how to design a profile and experience that gets dream prospects to reach out to you. Grow your visibility, how anyone with a phone can outperform a seasoned influencer, and grow your sales, how to easily get 100K views and 1 new client in 7 days, because that is exactly what I do. So the awesome thing about this is the process. It's worked with B2B sales as well as B2C sales. And it's also worked for $500 offers and also 500 high ticket offers. It's worked for seasoned business leaders up to 78 years of age and new entrepreneurs just starting in their 20s. The process is the same, people. It is the same. All right. So let's go ahead and get into growing your mindset. As you all know, your mind, right, is one of the first things that you always have to be able to change in order to succeed, in order to get to the place that you really want to be in life. Every athlete, and I am a ex Division I athlete, we all know about mindset, right, and visualization. So let me kind of take you through that. So let's start with the who. So to grow your business, you need 2 things, okay? You need more clients or patients, and you need clients to pay you more. So LinkedIn will help you with both, because I know people are still going to say, oh my gosh, you're in healthcare. Well, guess what? I made my money on LinkedIn, okay? Only 3% of people post on LinkedIn. So it could be your blue ocean. Less competition. LinkedIn users also have 2 times the buying power compared to Facebook and Instagram. Leaders use LinkedIn. 98% of Fortune 500 leaders are active also on the platform. So again, let's think about your first impression. There are 3 ways that people will get to your profile on LinkedIn. 1, searching for what you do, being attracted to the content that you're publishing, seeing you supporting what they're doing on the platform through strategic engagement. And again, the common denominator of all 3 of these circumstances is your profile. You will be judged by your profile, everyone. So again, let's do it. First impression. Your profile is not just a profile, okay? This is not Tinder. It's a digital experience designed for your prospects. Clarity in who you're trying to reach, clarity in why they should reach out to you instead of your competitor. Your profile needs to be approachable. There needs to be a clear next step or a call to action. All right? Do I trust this person? Can this person help me? That's what people are going to ask. So let's bring up my profile. So as you can see, I have in large bold letters on my profile. It says yougrowhealthcare.com, right? It's very catchy. It's something that you can go to, over and over again. I tell people exactly what I do, right? Underneath my name. I show you what I talk about. And then you'll also see, obviously, my connections and also where I have gone to school, right? Very important. The next part is, you could also use your featured section. So I do have several things in my featured section. I do change these accordingly, but you've got to definitely look at this. And as you can see, I'm using one of Shanae's because we have created Growth Academy. But how can we get more people, right, to go to your profile? I know everyone's trying to figure that out. You have to grow your visibility. That is the only way, everyone. Just because you created a profile doesn't mean that everybody's going to the profile. Nobody cares about your profile unless you're actually putting out content that makes sense and that is important for what people need, right? So the goal of an unforgettable, right, personal brand, when your prospects need or want what you can provide, they only think of you. So think about that. Remember, I showed Tony Robbins, I showed Oprah, and I also showed Grant Cardone. So think of all 3 of those people, and I'm sure you can think of 3 distinct things, and they will definitely make you think of them, right? So how can we achieve that for you in the least amount of time so that you experience progress in 21 days or less? How do you do that, right? So we're going to use the growth framework, right, that Growth Academy has created, okay? So create content that gets you seen and gets you and sells on LinkedIn, right? So the G is to get attention. The R is to resonate, to engage. The O is opportunity to offer. And W is to win trust, okay? So how do we get attention? How do you get attention, on LinkedIn, right? There's so many people. Well, we're going to show you. Your prospects love video. As you can see, you're looking at, some graphs, right? About how many people, look at video, right? Facebook, Netflix, you see all of this, right? Zoop, everybody's looking at video, right? Your future clients love video. So the majority of people are visual learners. I am totally one of those people, okay? So you need to learn and show them, how you learn, right? Your future clients can also see that you're a real person instead of just some headshot, right? If you're doing video, and also right now you guys are mostly listening to me in an audio, right? So you can also understand that I'm not just reading and I am talking to you as an actual real person. So much of the communication is also nonverbal. So we like to see how people move, how they look on camera, and how do they do, things when the pressure is on. So again, a lot of things did not work, when I started my webinar, but guess what? I kept going. So obviously you all know that I'm determined and I will not stop until I get something right? So also, how do you get attention, right? The timely interrupt. You can also use polls. So I do use polls ever so often. So one of these polls, right, they got over 328 votes and also comments. But look at this, 7,021 views, right? So 7,000 people have looked at my post. That is pretty, pretty good, right? You also want to get attention by actually showing something that, kind of gives gratitude or shows that you're vulnerable. So let me explain this one. This is literally a timeline of what has happened to me as I have gone through my business journey and my healthcare journey. I know this is small font, but 2016, I had my son. 2017, I lost my job. 2018, I met Shanae Murray. 2019, right? We basically formed a little alliance and created a six-figure business in less than 6 months. 2020, we created Growth Academy because we wanted people to have a life raft, right, for small business. 2021, we tested and pushed the limits, and also we have a newfound friend as well, Shara. And then 2022, right now our company is worth 2.9 million, okay? And we did this in less than 4 years? Why and how, right? So grow video tips, right? So you want to look at the camera, not at yourself, right? And how you say things is just as important or even more important than what you say. Practice makes progress. And that's another thing. I am practicing. I am making sure that I'm delivering the best that I possibly can. And also be yourself. And as I said, I'm like super, super funny, but I'm also serious, right? So I'm going to just show you a couple things that have actually happened. And I know it's hard to see, but we can, increase your growth in less than, 5 days. Now, with healthcarepreneurs, some of these people are healthcare providers and some of them are not. But what we do is it's all about the technique. The technique is what truly matters and what sets Growth Academy apart. All right. So we accelerate results with different types of content. You have to talk about things that people want, and attract things that people can relate to, right? What's your superpower, right? That is something that you can, add context based on your personal experiences, right? Use that superpower. So important, right? So as we know, I talked about Shara Brevin before, and this is one of, Shanae and I's mentees. And if you kind of look at this, right, if you break down her posts and things that she's done, it's been truly amazing, right? So in this month, when was it? In July, right? Shara has been using a lot of Growth Academy tools by this time. And she increased her profits from 10,000 a month all the way to 16,000. And by the way, that was in July. That is not what's happening now. It's way more, and she continues to do well. Maria Malik is one of our LinkedInpreneurs. So she's gone from 0 to viral in 19 days, which is amazing and phenomenal, right? And it's right here, as you can see. It's amazing. Maria Malik has an amazing story, and that is one of the things that we use, right? Vulnerability is just extremely important. People want to know, where have you come from, and how can you help them, and how can you relate to them, right? Also, Charles Caldwell, right? We've increased him as well from 7, right, to 75. Look at the comment section as well. So step 3, opportunity to offer. So you want to make more offers. If you get 1 new inbound lead per week and you make only 2 offers per week, what would happen if you made 6 offers per week? So ask yourself, how many offers are you making? Never miss an opportunity to make an offer, especially if you believe that your product is the answer to the prospect solution. Step 4, win the trust. Be authentic. Your prospects are not perfect. So if you try to be perfect, you will separate yourself from them. Your prospects have 2 classic needs. They need certainty and uncertainty. You provide certainty, right, by being consistent and accelerating trusty video. You provide uncertainty by being entertaining, right, and mixing up your content, right? Don't be boring. You want to mix up what you're doing, right? And then step 4, win your trust. You can't tell someone you are important to me and then fail to show up for them. And that's one of the things, that we definitely believe in. Consistency creates trust. If you continue to show up, People understand that you are dependable, right? And trust drives sales. If you don't have trust, you will not get sales, okay? Grow your visibility, right? If you grow your visibility, then you're going to get more revenue. All right. So 3 steps to effortless sales. Connect with your prospects. So how do your prospects identify themselves on LinkedIn? And we talk about this so much. So many people think that their prospects or they're searching for prospects that say one thing, but what's hilarious is their prospects do not actually identify themselves as that. So remember, LinkedIn's a search engine. So if you're searching something that is incorrect, guess what? You're going to find just basically garbage. You also want to engage with your prospects. So use the follow, comment, and engage and connect strategically. Use that strategy. Lead prospects to your call to action, right? So get them to phone calls or Zoom calls, and then you need to close fast. Closing should not take forever. Okay. Now, obviously, it does depend on maybe certain industries, right? If you're, I don't know, maybe buying some land or something and you need to also do, I don't know, what is it, landscaping or whatever, you got to do a survey. Fine. That might take a second. But most of my closing rate is at least less than 48 hours, if not faster, when they come from LinkedIn. So I'm going to just show you a couple searches, right? So I did not know this gentleman, but his name is Alan McCullen. What's interesting about him, right? He is the chairman and CEO, right? But look, because all I was looking for was healthcare CEOs. There is 6 million of them. What are you going to do with that, right? So even I wanted to connect with this person. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the follow button, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to interact and engage, right? If you engage with them, then guess what? They're going to become your connection. And that's exactly what happened, right? It's a very, very simple process, but you have to put your all into it. Now, why do we say this? It's because of the rule of reciprocity, right? So if you give to people, people normally will also, give you the same, right? So rule of reciprocity, right? The algorithm will be more likely to show their content and be more likely to show them your content, right? Back and forth. Giving is receiving. This is the rule of reciprocity. So people are more likely to engage with you when you engage with them, right? So when you uplift people in the comments, they will visit your profile, see who you are, and then it's in their control to decide if they want to follow you back or even connect with you. So let's kind of go into, how do we engage to sell? So number 1, you're going to follow. Then you're going to like and comment on your post. You're going to personalize the request. Guys, stop sending these robotic posts. That does not work. That is boring. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm totally not even going to read it, right? Then message, right? And then get them on a call or a Zoom, right? So that you can close fast. Build relationships. Add 100 people to your network. Engage. 25 comments per day or least. Find a common bridge to build rapport with them and send them a personalized connection. Super, super important. Do not stay in the DMs for too long. Invite people to a phone call or a Zoom, and that definitely happens on LinkedIn, okay? Also, here's the bonus sales strategy. So how can you simultaneously use LinkedIn polls to grow your email list? Your email list is the most predictable sign of growth. So a lot of times healthcare providers don't even know what an email list is, right? So if you are prospecting or wanting to work with somebody, maybe even with research, or you want to build a private practice and you need more doctors or whatever, what have you. Again, visibility, correct? Right? So again, how are you going to do that? You need to attract people to you. So again, your email list, right? So if you attract people, where are they going, right? How are they getting to you? right? How are you continuing to track them? You need to grow in something that's called an email list, all right? Your email list, again, is the most predictable sign of growth. So inbound emails from LinkedIn, it's 4 times to 5 times the value of those collected from Facebook and Instagram ads. So for example, a $3,000 person email list should generate at least 12,000 to 15,000 K per month. Okay. So Megan Rhodes, she is a PsyD, and I'm just showing you a poll, right? She said, "How well do you sleep?" Right? This is very generic. It is a question. How are you doing? How are you sleeping? 2,495 people have voted on that. So again, business, right? A bonus, right? Grow your sales. A poll, create a poll to attract your perfect prospects. Relevant resource. This could be an ebook, audio file, podcast, landing page, etc. And then send a message. Send them a message with the resource, but in exchange, they have to join your email list or a private community, right? Grow your sales with polls. So Megan sends 100 messages with relevant resources to prospects, right? 70 sign up for the free resource, 70 new emails per week. 3% convert into clients, 2 new clients at 5K, 10K in 1 week. So I'm pretty sure everyone can do that. So what really makes this possible for you, right? This is not another boring course. I don't do anything boring. And for those that know me, I am also not boring. So that is definitely not going to happen, right? So this is how, real learning happens, right? So look at this. So there is traditional passive reading, audiovisual demonstration, but then there's also active, right? With discussion groups. Practice by doing, teach others to immediately use things, right? This is where the magic happens, is in the active use, right? So for you to get the results that you want fast, you don't need more information. You need a system. And that's what a lot of people lack, is an actual system. And I talk about this all the time, okay? Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. And I'm all about that, okay? So I created a system that makes it simple to grow on LinkedIn without you having to do a lot of work or put in a lot of time. All right. So it's called Healthcarepreneurs, everyone. Woo! Yay. I know you guys are so excited for that to happen. So I've created something called Healthcarepreneurs. All right. It's an exclusive LinkedIn experience that makes it simple for you to grow your engagement, followers, attract clients, and see results in 21 days or less as a healthcare professional. Okay. So here's how Healthcarepreneur system works, right? First, you get a personalized LinkedIn profile audit. So that'll be, either by myself or another Growth Academy representative, right? Live profile audit, as I said, via Zoom, about 40 minutes. And then we're going to go through your personalized business goals. Again, don't forget, I've actually built a business that's worth, 2.9 million. You will be provided with what needs to be changed on your profile to increase your inbound sales. We cover profile picture, headline, et cetera, right? And whether or not you have a website. Okay, very, very important. So second, you get live LinkedIn coaching for 21 days. So I totally love this one. So there's live coaching Monday through Friday for 21 days, right? It's only 25 to 30 minutes a day. So we do have evening classes, and we do also have morning classes. And those classes are between, 10:15 a.m. Eastern time all the way to 10:45. So you'll also be provided with a proven daily prompt of what to post. So you don't have to struggle, right, with what you want to post. That is super annoying. I totally understand. And you network with leaders and get feedback in breakout rooms. And lastly, you ask me questions live, right? So you're going to see, I'm going to go through this, some of our, Zoom meetings that also, I am a part of, right? And as I said, this system definitely works. We have some for, general business owners, but this one is definitely for our healthcare professionals. So third, you get personalized contact feedback weekly. So you can't get better if you don't know what to improve. We help you get better faster by providing you with personalized feedback on how to improve your content, videos, polls, and text posts weekly. We also help you identify the content you should double down on and accelerate your results, right? Fourth, you receive 8 LinkedIn Healthcare Mastermind sessions. Each mastermind session is 45 minutes and it's live, followed by 30 minutes of discussion or practice. These trainings are exclusive and are not available anywhere else. So you cannot go to Growthpreneur's website. You cannot go to Growth Academy anywhere. You can only get this either through our, live or our Zoom, okay? So how do you find and connect and engage, with prospects, okay? It's very, very important. All right. So number one, training, how to find, connect, and engage with your prospects online. And then training 2, how to message your prospects in a natural way to lead them to sales, call on LinkedIn, and use LinkedIn polls, okay, on your email list. Training 3, how to get invited on more top podcasts, speaking events, and virtual conferences. And training 4, how to grow your company page and use LinkedIn events to accelerate your sales. So there's going to be small cohorts. We do not do anything that is a lot. So 12 people or less, right? We do have new orientation, and that is with me. That'll start on March 14th at 1 p.m. We have new orientation every Monday. We start daily content coaching Tuesday, March 15th, and we'll start the mastermind sessions on Tuesday, April 5th. And I'll give you the times when we're done. As you can see, here are some of the people that have gone through, the program. Obviously, this is, our general program, but what I have created is for, healthcare as well. And Maria Malik, as you can see as well. These are, some of the things that people have just said about us. So Dami, hi, everyone. It's been just 2 days of the program, and I got 2 inbound leads. So again, it's the system. So you are also provided with all of the training recordings, right? So the one-on-one profile audit, 21 content coaching recordings, and 8 LinkedIn mastermind recordings, supporting resources and notes, okay? And we're going to go through the investment. Healthcarepreneurs, grow your personal brand in 8 weeks, right? Your profile audit, the fastest way your profile to grow from commodity to market of $1,500 value. 20 days of live content, 21 days of live content coaching and weekly feedback, right? You'll never fall off. There's accountability, $2,500 value. 8 leaks of LinkedIn marketing mastermind sections, inbound marketing, business marketing strategies proven to get your products to come to you, made simple, about a $2,500 value. Resources and recordings, at least a $1,500 value. So the total value is like about $8,000 value. Okay. So here we go. So join now for just $3,997. So go ahead and click on the link on the chat. I know that Shanae is going to go ahead and drop the link for me. And again, one of the things that I talk about all the time is you have to invest to be the best. And I have definitely invested more than this to be the best. And one of the things is that I am one of the co-founders of Growth Academy. And also I have been with Shanae Murray, who has 1.1 million followers. Very, very important to understand. We are what it takes. Okay. So here's what you do next. Join now, right? Because we only accept about 2 more people because we do start on Monday. When I say start on Monday, you're just going to start doing your orientation, okay? So once you join, you will receive your welcome email. And then extremely limited because we need you to keep, we need to keep the group small. I don't want to teach a whole bunch of people. That is way too out of control for me. And I want it to be intimate. I want everyone to be able to truly, truly learn about exactly what is it going to take. So today only, right, as I said, we have about 241, different entrepreneurs, influencers, and healthcare professionals throughout the duration of Healthcarepreneurs. So you're going to also gain instant support on your post. You can ask for feedback before you post. You can send it to myself or another Growth Academy representative so you can make adjustments. And you can collaborate with members as well. Our community is basically almost like a family. So it's very important, and you cannot grow alone. And I also want people to totally, totally understand that. So I'm also showing you that some of our LinkedIn professionals, right, have also been on, different talk show lives, things like that. But today only, there's another bonus. So anyone can write an about section. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a customizable template for only healthcare workers. And we have to make it unforgettable, right? Your first impression is truly, truly everything. Here's another screenshot of some of times that we are with. Of course, my kids just coming in. And we believe in healthcarepreneurs so much that we have the ultimate guarantee. You can get your profile audit, get the 8 weeks of content coaching, learn high-level stuff on the 8 masterminds, increase your engagement and your authority, collaborate with other members, and make friends, right? It's about friends and fun, and get inbound clients and more visibility, right? So, and if by the end of your cohort, you decide that it is not for you, I'm going to tell you right now, right? We're going to recap what you get. You will get your money back if you do not think it's for you. But you need to go through the whole program, because one of the things about this program is that it compounds. So let's kind of recap. Your new member orientation will be Monday. Then you'll have a LinkedIn profile audit, 21 days of live content coaching. You'll start on Tuesday. 8 healthcarepreneur masterminds, right? They'll begin on Wednesday in April, and free access to your private community, recordings, notes, and also resources. So this exclusive offer is going to end, when this masterclass ends. And as I said, I wanted to do something different and actually completely go live on several different platforms and see how things go, right? And so again, this offer is not available to the public anywhere else, right? It's not on our website. You can't just find it anywhere. It doesn't work like that. We only like people to come in if they are actually really, really serious. And if you've stayed until the end, then obviously you are a serious person who definitely wants to grow on LinkedIn, and you are ready to. So go ahead and click the link in the chat, to join now, right? So I honestly hope that you're ready to join Healthcarepreneurs, and go ahead and click the link below. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn on my camera after all of that craziness, right? And also see if there's any comments in the chat section. And if there are, I'm going to, if you guys have any type of, questions or whatever, go ahead and do that. Oh, thanks, Shannon. Okay, yeah, now it's showing. Is it better? Yes, it's better to laugh than cry. So as I said, this is definitely something that we've created, and it is truly amazing. Obviously, throughout all of that, somebody is now sleeping. You probably heard a whole bunch of ruckus in the back. But go ahead and click on the link if this is something that you are interested in, and I hope so. And again, it is proven. And I am Courtney, and I hope to see you very, very soon. All right, everyone, have a good night and see you soon.